Good evening. Welcome to another PLAMonday live from the Mo University workshop. Hello, welcome to the stream. So, yeah, another Monday, another sitting with my architect set. And actually, let me bring this a bit more up here. Okay. So, yeah, great. Okay, first of all, announcements. Should I do announcements? I don't know. So basically this is my third sitting painting this kit because I built it and decided it looks ugly, and since it's only gray and black and a dash of blue, I decided why not try paint it with basic acrylic colors. So no fancy tools, just sand all the tools, sand all the parts. This is what I've done off screen as well. So this is not all in the streams, but yeah. And I think it will still take 3 to 4 sittings until it's done, because most of the armor is already finished. Those are the parts that are almost finished, and I still have plenty of them. And also then there is her hair, and some of the panel lining has to be done, and also I guess I have to buy a finisher, like a matte finish, a top coat. So yeah, also if you didn't join the stream on Friday, where I did some tinkering in the workshop for my figure photos, my backdrop, actually I was able to build something because I have it here on display. I managed to get the pillars ready, and also I built a bit of a base. So you can see it here, the pillars in the background, and then I also started with the base. Pillars went out quite nice. This is like one layer of paint on them. Obviously there will be 2 or 3 more, like in different shades, but for a backdrop, not bad. And also then I have started with the actual structure of the throne room or of the staircase, and yeah, and this also has to be covered in clay and painted and sculpted a bit, so quite a lot to do. But yeah, so this is what I've done on Friday, but tonight only painting model kits. Today's tea is green tea, still one of the Christmas teas because I have to get rid of them. Don't want to drink Christmas tree in March, but it's a green tea with cinnamon and orange. So the benefit of the green tea is that I can drink it right out of the thermos. Okay, so let me see. Don't know why there is commercials in the background. I've changed the background music, so maybe that's why. So we'll keep it down for a while and maybe it stops. Okay, so how to start? Do I need the keyboard? No, I don't think so. But I have to see if I can already dismount some parts, because I need the space. The clamps I'm running out of clamps. But the first thing I want to do today is paint little blue stripes on her skirt, because I tried this off stream with the paint and it didn't work well. So I will now attempt to paint the blue first and the black second, because the other way around wasn't really that great. But I will try to mask this. Let's see. Can I do this? Can I mask this? So, okay, we have music again. That's great. No commercials. Awesome. So, let's see. So I hope I can see this through the tape, because I don't know. Can I find it where to cut it? Or no? That's silly. Come on. Doesn't. Okay. I guess I do it this way. So, yeah, that's great. So Ova, since you're here, how was your day? Because honestly, mine was a bit like, meh. Typical Monday, I guess. The thing is, I wasn't able to dismount this part of the skirt. I tried and already broke up some of the like pins in there. I mean, it doesn't matter on this part, but then I got discouraged from trying it any further. So I guess I have to paint around everything. Oh yeah, sure. Of course. So have a nice lurk and a good rest. So let's see. Can I get this in there a bit more? No, not really. I guess I can just cut out a little piece and stick it in there. I mean, I'm not a big fan of masking tape in general, because I always have the feeling you spend a lot of time doing it, and then the paint still runs underneath the masking tape and leaves a mess, so why even bother? But maybe I still need to practice, who knows.
Sodbrennen, da setze ich auf Reloxan. Denn Reloxan sorgt für schnell.
So this playlist has a lot of commercials. I don't know why. I might try to fix it. Let's see. Let me see if I can fix it on the fly. Let's see. So I might still need the keyboard. Okay, let's see what we have here. Let's take another one. Okay, maybe this works. Come back again later and check. But without music, it's like terribly quiet. Don't like this. And also I can't yap all the time, so a bit of music is nice. So, I know that there might be commercials at the start, but usually it works without. So okay, let's see. So let's see. Do we have luck? Oh yeah, there's music. But I gotta say, if you dedicate so much time into one kit, this is a pretty low budget hobby. Okay, so I now masked those two thin lines, and they should be blue according to the instructions, because this is the front, and here are the blue stripes. Okay, here you can see it. But basically there must be another one on this one as well, or is it? No. Is it this one or is it the other one? I think it's the other one. Yeah, sure, because this is the straight one, and on the other piece I have like a zigzag line. Let's see. Yeah, okay. This is the zigzag. Okay. So I hope the color was mixed together well, because I painted with it without any water that was added, and it was terrible. Maybe it's better now. Let's see. Yeah, no, not really. I mean, the problem is, this is like old acrylic paint, but not from the department store or the model kit hobby store. It's like from a paint by numbers picture, and it's like almost like 10 years old. So it basically has 0 opacity. Doesn't stick to the model at all. And of course I'm painting blue baby blue color onto black. So not ideal, really not ideal. And I guess I have to do like quite a few layers, but that's the reason why I wanted to start with this, so that it can dry off. And I can come back to it later in the stream and apply a second layer, and a third, and a fourth, and a fifth, and a sixth. The part I already did finish did look good after the like 7th layer. I can show you, like, I guess this one. So here. So you can see the tiny blue stripes on it. Okay, so let this dry. Are there any other blue things I have to add? On the back side of her skirt there are like two blue dots, as well as on the front side, like here. And I guess I can try to cut this from a bigger piece. Maybe this works. Maybe not. Who knows? I can't really see it. So I guess I have to go around it. I mean, luckily it's not a complicated shape, so it might work. It's just a trapeze thingy. And now I can press the tape on really hard. Don't have to be afraid to rip up the black paint layer. So technically this is the right thing to do. It sure looks technical with all those tape on it. It almost looks like professional model kit equipment. Because I know all those like videos when people pull off their masking tapes and there is this like really clean division between two colors. Very satisfying to watch. Yes, commercials again. So interesting. Interesting. It never happened. So maybe I have to look for another playlist. Interesting. So, okay, that's a bit too big. Half would be enough. Or maybe I have to make my own music and sing a bit. Let's see. Oh, already over. So, and of course, I have my counter up for parts that hit the floor, or tools that hit the floor. And each time it does it, I have to cheer someone when I rate another streamer at the end of the stream, so yeah. Last time it didn't happen. But earlier today I spilled like a whole sack of silica gale marbles, and they are now all over the floor. I was able to like vacuum most of them, but I'm sure I will find some of them, like this one here, all over the place for like weeks. Okay, so let's see if I can paint this blue. So frustrating, because like it is like if the paint is not even sticking to the kit, and I have no idea if this works or not. Guess I will just try to drop it on it and then let it settle for a bit. And let's try to add a second layer here. Also, I'm pretty annoyed by this red line here in my OBS. To click it away. So now there are the same dots on the back of her skirt. So let's do it all over again. So now it's just an endurance test, because I know everything works fine. I know the gray works fine, I know the black works fine. I know the panel lining is going okay. The blue is a bit questionable, but those are like tiny details. The only thing that remains questionable is the actual hair color. Because those hair, of course, look also very plasticky and shiny. So I have to sand them and then paint it. And I hope that it will look good. Because the hair are, of course, an important part of a figure. Maybe the most important part besides her face. And so when the hair look ugly, the whole figure will look ugly. Commercials. Very strange. So maybe I will come up with my own playlist in the future. But honestly, I wouldn't be so sure about this, because I have like this SD card in my car where I someday put on some music, some MP3s onto it, and yeah, I never updated this playlist either because I was too lazy. And nowadays I can, if I really want to hear to music in the car, I can use my phone. I mean, I don't have like Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but still I can use Bluetooth. And so, yeah. But most of the time I'm now listening to radio in the car. I know this might sound shocking, but I actually find a radio station I quite enjoy with classic music of all things. It's like a sophisticated station. Kulturradio. And the cool thing about this is like a radio station that not only plays music, in fact they play little to none, like in the span of 24 hours. Most of it is like discussions, like podcasts, interviews, long form news. Like normally the news on the radio is like 5 to 10 minutes, and there they have like certain news formats, like at 12 o'clock, for example, that go for a full hour. And so they can really dive into some topics. And yeah, so I mean, it's still news, and most of the time it's not good news, but better than like the brain rot radio we have otherwise. So yeah, because I'm not a radio fan, and most of the time it's not because of the music, because honestly I can listen to pretty much anything. Most of the time it's just the overall program, the hosts, and their like spiel of being like funny and silly and basically catering to the lowest common denominator. So yeah, it's not my type of entertainment, but yeah, people seem to enjoy it. And so yeah. Okay, so how about the music now? Oh. Do I have a scissor? No. Just have my knife. Okay. So I can cut this. By the way, it's still unbelievable cold here where I am. And it will get even colder in a few days. Like the end of January will be like really cold. Because normally I live in the like in a lower region with no mountains and stuff, so most of the time winter is a non-event. But this year it's really cold. Not much sleigh bells ring. No, not much snow, but very cold for an extended period of time. So, not really ideal. Okay, let me see. How did I mask this part? Because I have to do it all over again. Okay. There is a groove, and then I have to... Okay. How did I do this? This is always the time, like, if I have to do it twice and I don't do it immediately. Okay. Screw the music. I really have to find a playlist, a good one. One that isn't like copyright protected, because that's also the thing. Basically, it tells you it's like royalty free, but then if you save the videos for VODs, it still flags it as copyright material. I mean, that's okay, I think. But if it start to mute certain sections of the video, that's a bit annoying. So I really have to look into this. But I guess I have to work on it. Okay, is this okay, like this? I really don't get it. What have I done here? It's like weird. I did it so well the first time, so now I'm struggling the second time. Embarrassing. But I guess like this way? Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can apply this. Okay. And on the other side, I just... Okay, it's just... Okay, this one... Okay, I see it now. I can do this. Okay. Okay. I think this is okay for later when I paint the gray portion. But now I have to resolve the music thing, because no music makes me sad. And I can't get into the zone. So let me see if I can find a playlist that isn't full of commercials. Let me see. Okay. So once again, keyboard. And okay. So let's try this one. Maybe it works. And maybe it doesn't get my channel striked. this music? Or is this commercial? I think it's music. Guess it's still commercials. So
gehört das danach der.
yeah. Okay, let me monitor it for a bit. Where is it? Where is it? And why isn't it? Okay, so now we're good. I think. I hope. Okay. And I can still paint blue things. Because I'm blue, da ba dee da ba die. I mean, this blue color is trash, but the shade is nice, so I wanted to use it because I'm cheap and I didn't want to buy like a top of blue paint just to paint those like 3 little details on it. So I thought, okay, I will just use this. How bad can it be? Turns out pretty bad. Yeah, like good colors are important to work with in like every creative hobby that involves paint. Not just model kit building, but also like real painting. If you're an illustrator or just a guy who works with like acrylic paint or oil paint, makes sense to invest a bit in good paint. But yeah. So this, okay. So should I already start here? I guess I have to at some point. So yeah, that's much better with the music on. Okay. I'm curious how this turns out if I apply too much color on the masking tape and it dries and I will rip it off. Will be interesting how this affect the paint layer. Okay, and the last blue stripe is on her skirt parts, because that's all I think. It's like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all. 6 tiny parts of blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's 8, but yeah, 8. So I have to mask this as well. But I bought this tape so I can, but I have to use it. Would be a shame if it goes to waste, so. I mean, it sticks really well. But then of course it's a brand masking tape. It's a Tamiya. So one of the more legit sounding model kit manufacturers. But I guess they are more like well known for their military stuff and like real plastic model kits like planes and automobiles, panzers, ships. And not so much for the robots and cute girls. Can I use? No. I cut a new bit because gets better if it sticks to my skin. Also, can you believe that January is, I would say, almost over? I mean, it's not almost, but still, I mean, it's like tomorrow is like the 20th January. So just a few more days and there will be like a new Christmas countdown where you can annoy people and say, oh, do you know, today in elf month it's Christmas. And if we are accounting for the fact that Christmas is the main event and we are starting to get into the Christmas mood a month prior, so it's only like 10 months. And if you're in a, you know, sensitive business area, it might even be only 10 months. Okay, so there is commercials as well. So I guess it's a something with the browser extension. So I guess I can download some music, so I will do this for next time. Okay. So we'll have a nice task for tomorrow. Search some music and download it and create a playlist for the streams. I mean, it worked fine until now. But something changed. Something did change. God, this looks so terrible. This blue color is the worst. It's the worst. How will this ever look nice? It's like the paint goes everywhere, but not where I need it to be. So I can't really brush this. I just have to like fill it with like so much paint. The only good thing is that the other color is black, so if it spills over a bit I can just remove it and paint over it, but still this is the worst paint. So basically for the hair I have to come up with some alternatives. Then again, I guess for the hairs I will do also a bit of shading, because it might look nice. But yeah, first things first, doing all the armor parts, including her blue things. I mean, this small, I don't know what it is, like lights on her back turned out pretty well. Like this. But yeah. This here in particular is pretty nice. But then again, I guess I can just remove the excess part by scraping it off. Okay. So yeah. Let's see. I also want to print a small ribbon for her panties, because they are just like gray. A friend of mine told me he has another character and they wearing like striped pants. So you have to either paint the stripes or apply some decals. But this one is just gray. And so that it's a bit nicer, I thought about adding a blue ribbon. So we'll print out a ribbon with the 3D printer and stick it on onto the front of the panties, because I guess this might look nice. I mean, you won't see it obviously because it's hidden by the skirt, but like with all small details, you know it's there, and so you get some enjoyment out of it. It's an Easter egg. A pervert Easter egg. Because if you look beneath her skirt, you might find the ribbon. Okay. So, and the last part to do some masking. Luckily, because I really don't enjoy masking that much. In general, I don't like preparation steps for my builds as well. So wherever there is like tons of preparation until you see any concrete results, that is always boring. So I tend to skip those, but then of course it might not look so great. So I guess I have to endure it. And since we are approaching the end of the month with rapid pace, I'm also like thinking about my recap stream for each month. So my month with figures. And the problem is, I really don't know what to talk about, especially in a stream. But I want to do it because first of all, I have to like stress out the studio upstairs, because there are still some hiccups, and also it might be nice, but I guess I will just like look at all the figures that got released, and basically this what we did in the New Year's Eve stream. where we rated all the figures, but not like for a whole year, but just for a month. So it might not be like 5 hours and only 1 hour of content. I mean, of course I can't tell you if I ordered stuff or if something arrived, but then again, unboxing isn't out of the question because I want to unbox my figures in the figure review videos. Pre-ordering is like most of the time non-existing because I'm not a guy who orders plenty of figures during the month. Most of the time just like one per month or even like one per quarter. That's also the reason why my showcase is still at least half empty. But yeah, I don't want to spend so much money on figures, especially when I don't have reviewed the other ones and photographed the other ones. And since it takes an enormous time to build those sets and do those reviews, I just, you know, see much benefit of ordering and buying all those figures. So yeah. And also, like with the plastic model kits, I have a bit of a backlog, and I was worried that I maybe burn through this backlog due to the streams. If I stream every Monday now, and might even do some off-stream work, that I have to buy a couple of kits during the year. But since I'm now sitting here like in my 4th session with this one kit, I guess this works out. Because not only can I just spend hours on end with one build, I will also have in the end a pretty nice result. And not just, you know, straight out of the box thing, but like a real personalized figure. Okay, so hopefully this sticks well. This has to be commercial, is it? Or is it music? What is it? It sounds strange. No, it's music. It's okay. Or is it? So strange. Is this even music? I mean, there are those lo-fi playlists for like each and every occasion, like work and study, sleep and relax, paint and, you know, write and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a playlist like for Gampler building or model kit building as well. So maybe I have to look up a playlist like this and download it, and so I can play it from my PC without commercials. Yeah. So yeah. But like I said, until now there was no need to do so, because it worked just fine. Okay, well, I have to let this dry for an extended period of time, I think. So, enough with the blue. Enough with the blue. Can I wash out this pencil? Brush, pencil. It's like a lot of German sneaking through. Okay. So I have like 3 clamps left, so I can start 3 new pieces. Pieces. So what part do I start with? I guess this large hand part. That's a nice one. It's an easy one for the start. Cinnamon tea. Okay. So, does this hold things in place? How did I... Because I really don't want to lose the parts on the floor. Because this might be expensive for me, so... Does this hold? I'm nervous. I'm actually nervous. I mean, I guess I can do this like this, but still. Okay, so this brush is fine, I guess. I will just rinse it a bit in paint thinner. And then I have my gray. Where is my gray color? Can't get this open. It's always a pain. Maybe those tabs aren't as good as I thought to keep the paint in. Let's see. Can I open it? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the black one, so let me just try this one. I guess that's the gray one. Yeah, that's the gray one. Okay. Yay, gray paint. Still. Oh. Prior to the stream, I just added a bit of water to the paint. Because I had the feeling that some of it was already evaporated. And so the paint got more thick. I didn't like this. Because still I have to try to paint like very thin layers, even if it's annoying and doesn't show much progress. It is the right way to do things. Also, the next time I build a kit like this, I will definitely try to glue the seams. Either with like just normal plastic cement and sand it off, or we'll just work with putty or make my own putty and fill in the gaps because they are visible. I mean, they tend to get a bit smaller when I add paint, but still they are there. I don't like them. And it would be such an easy task to just fill those gaps with like some plastic paste and sand it off, because if I have to paint it anyway, it doesn't really matter. But since I wasn't sure that I will really went to the effort and paint this kit, I didn't do this in the first step. So, and now it's too late. I mean, that's the problem with like things you have on display. They have to look nice. If I would do this for a photo, I wouldn't care so much, because things like this could be easy removed in post-production. So it would look nice, regardless the actual quality. You might even call this like cheating, but I mean, I have the possibility, so why not use it? But with the gray paint, I'm genuinely surprised how well this works. I wouldn't have thought that like just sanding it like this and putting on this cheap paint, a mixture of my own, will work so well. Yeah, German. It's German commercials as well. So it somehow like knows that my location, and for some reason it doesn't apply the ad blocker. So very strange, very strange. So I guess this is one layer done. Here is a bit missing. I also don't know how wide I have to paint this inside, because when you look at it from a normal position, from a neutral position, you might not see the gaps and the backside of some parts. If I move this around, you might see it, so I'm not quite sure how much to apply on the backside of some parts. I mean, I'm generally curious how this will hold up once I have painted everything, applied a top coat, and put it together. So first trial is putting it back together, because if it scrapes off there, basically it tells me that it will also scrape off when I try to move the figure. And this is the thing that I don't quite understand with all those painted model kits, like the Gamplas and stuff. I know how to do it, obviously, but how does the paint stay on the model kit if you pose it? Or do you just don't pose it? You just set one pose and keep it that way. Because if this is the case, it's a bit of a shame that you can't pose it anymore. So now I have to paint the chest piece that is in front, that looks like a little peak. And I've already done this part. This was my test part, because for some reason this part was included in the kit 2 times. So now I'm painting the actual one. But this is the piece I started with. The only difference is that the piece I started with is still in the runner, so I thought of using the piece I started, but since it's in the runner and I might have some ugly like nib points, contact points, I will just paint it again, because it's a simple piece, so it doesn't really matter. But once again, do I have to paint the backside as well? I don't know. I mean, I guess this part here, because they went to the trouble of putting a backside onto it, a separate piece. But then again, ooh, this one to get away from me. I really hope it doesn't fall to the ground. But I also don't want to touch it now that it's full of paint. So it's a high risk, low reward game, I guess. Okay. First layer done. So what parts are already sanded? I have this part and this part, and basically those are already sanded as well. The main parts of her leg, the shins. But I guess I will leave them for later. I will continue with this smaller parts. At least they can be clamped. I don't have to worry that it will fall down. It's also a nice piece, I think. Look at this. So nice. A piece so nice, you paint it twice. And you immediately see the areas where you were sloppy with the sandpaper, because there the paint won't stick at all. It's the disadvantage of those water-based colors. They need a rough surface. But they are non-toxic, so they don't smell, you can breathe them, you don't need a mask. Just don't get like brain damage from painting your kids. And it also won't like destroy the plastic. So if I don't like it, I basically can wash off it or scrape it off. At least, I guess, that I can do this.
Armer Paul, er steckt in der
Oh nein, der arme Paul steckt in der Zwickmühle. Weird. So weird. Okay. So now I don't have a clamp. So I have to search for a piece that is finished already. Let's see. The head piece, this one, is finished. So I painted it. The front part has a different color. It's the original color of the kit. You can see it there. And then I panel lined the top of it. So finished piece. So I've provided a bit of a tray here where I set my finished pieces aside. And now I can work on. I just have to narrate. I have to do a narration over the commercial breaks. But still very annoying. Okay. Oh well. Guess when I download the playlist, it doesn't have to be super long. Just like maybe an hour. And then it can repeat itself. Okay. So, do I have to paint another thing? There was this one part here. I wanted to do the panel lining, but then I noticed that it's still quite unfinished, so I will add another layer to have it look more nicely, because you can still see the different shades of gray on it. And in fact, it should only be one consistent shade. like last weekend, I also filmed the green screen content for the upcoming figure review of the Anya winter diorama. It's always a bit stressful to do them because I have to learn my lines, my script, and do like at least one perfect take. Most of the time I will go for 2 or 3 that are acceptable. So if for some reason the one perfect take isn't usable, I have at least a second or third one I can use. And so it takes quite a while to get everything in order. But yeah, I did it. So now I have all the parts. It's like a big puzzle. And now I can start to put it together over the course of the next 10 days or 2 weeks. So by the end of January, there will be a new figure review. And like always, once it's finished, I will start with the next one for the marine figure. Because now that I started to work on the diorama, I also want to do the review. Because otherwise she might get like damaged or dirty, dusty, and so yeah. So this part is finished as well. It's the same part I did before, and panel lining was like really well done here, but yeah, that's finished, so I can put it aside onto its little tray. And what is also finished? Is this one finished? Let me see. No. I still have to panel line. Okay, so this is not finished yet. Is this one finished? I mean, I guess it's okay-ish. Still have to paint a bit of black. I just noticed that I forgot my marker. Let's cut to commercial. Oh god. Yeah. So maybe I can salvage this with the marker. Not really, huh? High stakes. I mean, it's okay, I guess. Still, this bit here is a bit ugly. Okay. I guess. Whoa. Careful there. Don't fall on the ground. Whatever you do, don't fall on the ground. But now I think I leave it as it is, because otherwise it only gets worse. The second one, I guess it's like an armor piece, is also done, I think. can just try to clean it up a bit here. But then again, I don't know. Looks okay. Again, I put it onto the side. Okay, those pieces are also finished. They are turned out also, oh god, very nice, with the original color of the model kit, and then this lined panels. Very nice. Can try to like get this a bit more pronounced, and I just messed up. Okay. Damn it. But yeah, that's better. So I just added a bit of black here. Now I have to delete it. Okay. I set it aside as well. And then there is the counter part that looks also nice. Maybe here needs a bit of cleanup. But other than that, it looks nice. I'm quite curious how it will turn out once the top coat is installed. If it will look even better, or maybe worse, who knows? So yeah, nice piece. The color I paint is a bit darker than the actual like product pictures. But then again, it's the color I have mixed, and also it is a bit closer to the package, like this. I mean, it's not that far off. Maybe it's a bit warmer, but yeah. I'm satisfied. At least this is what I tell myself, that I'm satisfied with this. Okay, so this big piece here is from her from her head. I have to clean it here because I spilled a bit of black onto this part. But other than that, it's also almost finished. Okay. Oops. So, yeah. It's okay. Because I think this is okay when it's black or gray. It's only important that it's a bit darker than the rest, so it gives the illusion of shadow. Once again, I don't know if this is music or commercial. Let's give it a... What's it called? Chance of a doubt, or the benefit of a doubt? I think it was the benefit of a doubt. It's weird. Maybe it's one of those like vocalless commercials that only makes sense if you see the whole picture. Okay, so what's about those parts?
Glück verbindet.
Yeah, this is the commercials. I guess I have to panel line the foot soles. So, oh, very fun. Ooh. And so, yeah, those are finished as well because they're just black. This is like a black part from her hips or upper leg. And I removed the gray screws, so it's just one black piece. I sanded and painted black, so it's now a bit less glossy. So basically finish. Just have to add a layer of top coat. This is finish as well. What about this one? This has to be panel lined. This has to be add some black. This one is finish. Yeah. I mean, maybe I will just add a bit of black here. Maybe I can get this a bit cleaner. And the panties are also finish, despite having some the ribbon is missing. So yeah, okay, so now I will just continue with the gray on those parts. What's the time? 11 o'clock, huh? Well, I guess I will go for another hour painting. And then it's time to say goodbye. Another stream in the sack. So basically, if I stream for 3 hours every Monday, make it 3 hours. 3 hours is good because, like, if it's 3.5 or 4, most of it is like stammering and blabbering and post-stream duties. So 3 hours. This is like the third sitting, makes it total of 15 hours. Okay, so then I built it in 4 hours together with Oki at the New Year's stream. So this is like 4 hours of building. Makes a total of like almost 20 hours. And now I have the feeling that I will add another 20 hours. Sounds reasonable, because with all like the lining and putting it together and applying the top coat and stuff like that. So 20 hours. That's actually quite reasonable, I think. It sounds like a lot of time. But then again, I'm usually used to like projects in the triple digit hour range. So if I do like my real large backdrops and diorama, they almost take me like 100 hours to 200 hours. But then of course it's just a rough estimate, because I really don't watch the time. But since I now stream and everything is like measured in performance, I can add it all up and say, okay, this took me approximately 20 hours. But then of course I did some work off stream, so yeah, I guess 20 hours might be a good estimate. If you will be generous, and I'm very, very delicate and painstakingly doing those layers, maybe it's 24 hours, so a whole day of painting. So let's refill the tea, because it got cold. Okay, let's see. What do we do? So but ultimately, the most bang for your buck was still this one paint by numbers picture I did. Because I bought this like out of a whim, since I always enjoyed making puzzles. And normally like a normal puzzle with like 1,000 pieces takes me like 5 to 6 hours to complete it. And then I thought, why not trying a paint by numbers picture? And I thought maybe it will take me also like 5 to 6 hours, who knows. And then it almost like took me well in the triple digits to complete it. And it wasn't really fun at all. I mean, it was kind of a novelty, but it was also kind of boring. But if you're searching for a hobby or an activity that doesn't cost that much, because let's be honest, the paint by number pictures is like 15 to 20 bucks, that will at least occupy you for quite some time. Maybe try it out. The only problem I can see is that you might lose interest, and then you have those half-finished paintings lying around, and that's a bit sad. Because other than like a book where you lose interest in reading it, people will immediately notice that you lost interest and that it's not complete. Because a book, once you close it, nobody knows if you read it or not. But with the paint by numbers picture, you will immediately know. So yeah, but it was interesting to to see how long this takes. And the final result was okayish. Funny thing is, it almost looks like a painting with like oil colors. And if someone is really like uneducated and doesn't really pay attention, it might really look to the untrained eye like a real painting. So, because I displayed it in my company office, because I didn't want to throw it out, so I framed it, and now it hangs there, and sometimes people notice it and say, oh, what's with this painting? And so most of the time they assume it's like a print or just really painted and not cheating paint. So yeah. But then yet again, with those paint by number pictures or even with like puzzles, I don't feel any sense of accomplishment when I finish one of them, because basically all you did is follow an instruction, and so yeah. I mean, it's the same with model kit building as well, I think. If you build them, yeah, it might take you some time and you can do it a bit more carefully and a bit more cleanly. But in the end, all you did is like follow an instruction and clicking together a few pieces, a few plastic pieces. So if you don't like modify it or paint it or like really customize it in a way, it's just another really uncreative hobby, I think. I don't know. Or maybe it's just where I did this for such a long time that I don't feel like it's a skill. So I think everyone can do it. Because this is the reason with stuff like this. If you do it for a long time and you do it well, you might assume that everybody can do this as well. So if you can draw, for example, you might think that everyone can draw to a certain extent. Maybe not as good as you, or as perfect, but at least have some basic knowledge or some basic skill. And then you might find out that, no, they can't do it. And drawing is like a real skill that has to be obtained or trained. But I'm talking about like a bit more easy stuff, like putting together a Lego set, for example. I'm sure there are people who struggle with it, like grown-ups, not small children. Or like riding, for example. I mean, you learn to ride in school, and if someone is like good with words and can write like basically like small stories, short stories and stuff like that, some might assume, okay, that's not a really special skill because everyone learns to read and to write, so they might be able to do it as well. So yeah. Or like another good example is doing voices. And I don't mean like imitating celebrities or things like that. Just doing basic voices and play with the tone of your voice. And if you do this because it's funny or you like to do it, you assume that everyone can do it. But eventually you find out, no, they can't do it, or they are ashamed to do it, or basically they don't do it. So they can't act. Even on a very basic level. Okay. Well. So, I guess I will do some panel lining after this. Don't think I will start another gray piece. But there are a few parts that need to be lined and also a few parts that need to be colored in black, so I will do this. The grande finale. Paint it black. Okay. This one. I just painted my monitor in front of me. Let me scrub it off. Luckily it's not touchscreen, so I can do this. The joy of painting. Oh god, this is the wobbly piece that might spring off. High stakes. High stakes. Okay. But it totally worked. Okay. Yeah. So another layer of blue. And then a bit of black. And then it's sleepy time. Blue and black. And sleepy time. What's up with the brush? Don't know. Doesn't seem too happy to do this. Very tiny parts. So honestly, I'm a bit disappointed that this detail has to be painted. Could have been a sticker or a decal, to be honest. At least for the people who don't want to paint it. Yeah. Because with the aerial Gundam I built, those parts were stickers. And yeah, so because without those details it looks a bit bland, gotta say. This is like the fourth layer and it still isn't quite there, so one could imagine how good this paint is. It's not. Okay, this part. And now the skirt parts. Good. Enough with the treacherous blue. Let's keep this for another day. And I hope I can remove the masking tape without any issues. So now let's paint some black things. Here, I wanted to finish this up. I can set it here. Smaller brush and black color. Let's see. There we are. Very well. Oh. Shoo. Okay, maybe I will hold it like this and let's see. Easy does it, easy does it. Whew. I don't know. Doesn't really get better, I would say. It's not really getting any better. Wouldn't call it worse, but oh well. You know what? I just leave it like this because I tend to make it worse. Yeah, okay. I leave it like this. It's okay. So, black. What part doesn't need a bit of black? This one. In here. How did I do this? Did I? Yeah, made it all black. Okay. So, let's see. Can I repeat this? Oh, ay. I guess I have to use a smaller brush. That's better, I think. Okay, yeah. I can do this all day. But I don't have to get too cocky, because one wrong move and everything is ruined. Whew. Well, now for the fun part. We have a black intake. That is missing a bit of paint down here. How to handle it like this? Let's see. I guess. Okay. And then the other side. I like two different sides, two separate parts. So you basically have to do it 4 times. But this black color I mixed together is also quite good. Has a nice flow to it. No likey. I went a bit out there, but other than this, it's totally acceptable. Yeah, totally acceptable. But then again, the gray isn't all that great here, so I guess I have to still do another layer, because this doesn't really look that good, funnily enough. Don't know why I didn't notice this, but still, it's not a great look, I have to admit. So I guess I can't finish this right away, but can't leave it like this anyway, so. Ah. Come on. Yeah. So the backside here is important, I know this, because I've already looked it up and you will see this part in any circumstance. And of course you also want to see this part. So I have to paint everything. Okay, another layer done. And I've added a bit of black, so let's call it a success. Okay, so this part. Panel lining and yeah, doing some marker work. So I can, this big screw thing, I guess I can do with the marker. So let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Other side as well. Very well. Okay. Then those smaller intakes, guess I can do with the marker as well. Yes. Sadly, they aren't all that easy. And the middle thing I can also do with the marker. Ooh, ooh. Not good, not good. It ripped a bit. So, and those final lines I will append with the panel lining ink. So, do I have a bit of a metal where I can put this? Let me just grab this metal plate from the build streams so I can stick this onto it. And okay, a bit of T for courage. And then let's see the panel ink. So basically it should like flow like this. So I'll keep it balanced and just apply it to the center, I guess. Okay, not too bad. Okay, that was a bit much, but oh well. Oh well, I guess it's okay. Now for the side. It's not 100% clean, but still I can easily overpaint the arrows, so it's not too bad yet. Oh, that was great. That worked great. Okay, that worked great as well. And now let's try the hardest part, the screws. Just okay. I mean, it's not 100% perfect. Still have to clean it a bit, but it's okay. Ooh. A bit much, but yeah, well, it's okay, I guess. So let's clean this up. Ooh, shit. This brush is hard. Why is it so hard? It already dried. Now the plate is annoyance. First it was okay, but now it's annoying. the fear that it's getting loose. The problem with those plastic seams is also that the panel lining ink tends to spill into it, because it just follows the flow of those grooves, and of course it doesn't belong there, but it still finds its way into those fine seams, and yeah, looks a bit ugly. So another reason why I wanted to remove them with the next build. Especially if it's like something technical with like a robot or armor piece. Okay, that's not so bad. So the only thing that needs a bit of cleaning now is the inside of those screws, or whatever it is, like spinny things. But other than that, I'm satisfied with this part. So I'll let it dry for a bit more, but yeah. Okay, now for the... I want to paint them a bit more, so let's go for the foot sole. Because here, should I panel line this here? What does the instruction say? Let's see. I mean, this is this? No, not really. There is no, like, no. I assume the foot sole, but you don't really see it in the instruction. Is it here? No. So no action pose. So I assume I can just panel line it like this. Let's see. Just drop a bit of ink in here and hope for the best. A bit too much. Maybe I can soak it off. Not really. Makes it even worse. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Okay. So, yeah. It's a bit better now. Yeah. Shit. That was too much. But yeah, this is like the futsal with the Panelang ink, and this is the one without, so you can see the difference. You see nothing, and here you can see the individual pads. So it brings out all those fine details. And since this kit doesn't have much fine details because of the scale, yeah, I have to bring out the few there even more. Also, it tends to get a bit more like gray. So if it dries off, it gets a bit more, or should I say less opaque. So for the footsteps, one could argue that it's a bit like dirt or scraped metal if it's not 100% clean. Yeah. I wonder what will happen if I just try to line this button in front, but then I don't know. I mean, I guess it is lined here, so I will try to do it. What the heck? What the heck? Let's try it. Let's try and fail or succeed. Who knows? Ooh, ooh, that's nice. Did it go all the way through? Ooh. Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's great. That's great. So I only have to repeat this a second time, and then I'm yeah, I'm all set. But then again, this one is not like quite good, so I have to paint another layer of gray anyway, so let's see. But first, let's try this again with the button. First one went better, but still okay. Didn't go all the way through. Okay. Those magnets are strong. Really strong. But yeah, first one, it went better, but I have to use the gray color as well, so okay. So now I guess it's almost midnight, so I will do another round of blue, and then I call it a day. I will just remove the masking tape, because honestly I don't want to leave it as it is, all masked up. So let's see. Okay, so now I have to remove it. I have to remove it, move it, remove it, move it, move it. I have to remove it. I mean, this one is good. I've already seen that this one is good. And here, what do we have here? Was it worth the effort? Let's see. Eh. I mean, I guess. I don't know. It's a bit much, but I guess I can remove this. Here are the two small blue dots. But the four more important pieces are on the skirt. And those arm thingies. So I just paint it here, then do another layer here. Okay. Let it dry a bit, not too much, but a bit. A teeny beeny, tiny weeny.
And now for the moment of truth. I will remove all the tapes. But I will do this with a broader thing, because yeah, this might be good. There's still a bit excess material, but not too bad. I will just simply clean this up with a bit of black, so doesn't really matter. Some glue excess parts. Now for the fun part. Okay, I can see it. So I mean, it's not perfect. It's far from being perfect, but oh well. Why not? I mean, that's not so bad. Ooh. Honestly, I can live with that. So the skirt part 2. Oh. Don't drop it. Don't drop it on the floor. I have just to peel it back here a bit. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Hey. Dun 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 dun. Ooh. Not so bad. Okay, that's good. And here. Dun 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 dun. Ooh. Oh. I mean, it's a nice broad blue stroke. So at least it's noticeable. Because on the original model it's a bit thinner, but also you don't notice it that much. And I like the color. The color is good. The paint is shit, but the color is good. So I'm twisted. This was okay, I think. Come on. Okay. Yes. It's okay-ish. I'll just clean this a bit and then it gets good. So I can remove this and this, but I have to leave this part because this needs to be gray. It's the only part on the whole kit that is like that is a gray. There's a black part that needs to be gray. All the other parts are like in the color that they are supposed to be. But this tiny part here, this section on both sides, is the only part that is actually gray. So you have to paint gray on black. But it definitely was the right call to do the blue first, and now I can just paint the black towards the blue. And if I'm not totally exact, it doesn't matter because the part is black already. So okay, that's good. So I have a clamp and I will use it. Come on. Okay. So this, everything here is not finished yet. Okay. This of course is also finished yet. But nevertheless, this part here also not finished. It's long from being finished because, to be honest, let me cover up those paints because I will just spill them or they will dry out. Oh, god damn it. Look at this. Look at this mess. Let me just switch to the... what's this? So, how to mount this on a clamp? I guess with the neck joint, like a flag or like a mustache. It's a strange part. So let me get this here. Okay, so next piece is the front piece. That one can be grabbed like this. Okay. The front piece is very nice. I like the blue stripes on it. Okay, what else? Another skirt part. And then everything from here. There are quite a few parts, so when you build this, you think, okay, it's not that, it aren't that many parts, but once you have to take it all apart and paint it, you will notice, yeah, quite a few parts, So, yeah. So this is basically everything that is now in the making. Then I still have the hair, the two hair parts. Those are this. There are like two black parts as well, so I have to sand them separately. Then, okay, this is a hand. This doesn't really matter. So then there are the two huge leg parts with like this doesn't come off, I think. So I just no. I'll leave it like it is and just paint over it. Or it has to come out. Come on. Oh, okay, yeah. Just got really stuck in there. So, okay, better. So I can paint this separately, makes it more easily. So this part alone is like huge. So, yeah. So I have to do this here as well. Just rip it apart. Not to break stuff. and then have like small pieces like here on her I guess thigh. I have this, and still the problem is I've sanded the thighs, but then the smush got into those lines, so it's a bit dirty. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but I have to paint this. And then of course here we have the torso, so there is like the front parts here, and then the back side. So there are still so many parts to paint, and those are the parts that are finished. I will consider them finished. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 parts finished. And yeah. So maybe I find some time and work on it during the week. But if not, we will see each other again on Monday next week, when it's another PLAMonday, and I just continue painting this kit. But honestly, I'm getting more and more stoked to see it completed, because I think it will look really nice. I think it will look really nice, hopefully. So all those parts are in the making. I can show them to you. So here are the parts that are in the making, like so. And yeah, the rest is either complete or not even begun yet. So yeah, I guess like 24 hours. Will it be finished in 24 hours? I don't know. I really don't know. But then again, I'm not in a hurry. Don't know about you, if you are in a hurry. So for next Monday I might come up with a separate playlist. Maybe I find some nice music tracks, because the commercials today got really annoying. Normally they are only at the start of the stream, so you won't hear them because I just leave it running for a while, but today was a bit strange. But yeah, nevertheless, let's see about the metrics. So, okay. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. It was a pleasure streaming again. So, my OBS just got through the second monitor, but yeah. Okay, so let's do a proper end. Okay, so thank you so much for watching another PLAMonday. Gray, gray, gray are all my architect parts. And yeah, next Monday I will see you again, if you will. And then we will continue. We won't finish it, of course, but maybe I can present you with another few finished parts at least. Or maybe I'm a bit like enthusiastic and will work on it during the week. And then, yeah, there might be progress on Monday already. Who knows? Who knows? So I will now tidy up the workshop and bid you farewell. Have a great night or a great day, and I will see you soon. Maybe on Friday when we continue building the figure backdrop for this wonderful figure here. So you can join on Friday as well when we tinker a bit, or if not, join again on Monday for another PLAMonday. Have a great night. Bye.